Here we go, Minneapolis getting ready to take on the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats here. First match of the day. Minneapolis on the left side of the court with the infamous cable. We'll start Steinbrock, Fulton, Frazier, Shoemaker, Page, and Shoemaker. Ashlyn Macy is the libero. They start here. Minneapolis will serve first, it looks like. Ellsworth, I've always claimed, the most improved volleyball program in the league. Coach has her team ready to play, so it's not going to be an easy match here tonight for Minneapolis. And the first serve by Macy is over. It hits the net, and Ellsworth there to recover. And there, the big hammer by Steinbrock from the outside. Puts it down. Point. Macy serves over in good shape. I'll pick up the Ellsworth players here in just a minute. That's down on Ellsworth's side, 2-0. Libero takes that, not a good pass, and they send it on over. Now the set. Steinbrock again with the big hit. Down the middle with the set. That comes over. It's blocked by Shoemaker. It's side out to Ellsworth. Blocked out of bounds. Cassie Landon is serving for Ellsworth. That's in the net. The Landon, Weinhold, Cranston, of course. Connolly. And Webb, I believe. Steinbrock now serving for Minneapolis. That pass goes out the back. Point Minneapolis, and Minneapolis with a 4-1 early lead here. First match of the day. Allie Steinbrock with the serve. And Ellsworth bumps it on over in 3. Set a little away from the net. Shoemaker had reached back to get it, and there's Connolly puts one down for the Lady Bearcats. And she will go to the back line to serve. The Schultz is the other medal, along with Cranston. Steinbrock's pass is on the money. Page set in the middle. Baker just in the game. Riley Baker from the outside. Pounds it down in the rotation that Coach Mack has today. Outside hit by Cranston. Easy to handle. Minneapolis pounds one down as Shoemaker elevates. Now the pass up front to Page. Handling the offense. That's tipped big time out of bounds off Schultz. And Cranston were there. Excuse me, there's two Cranstons were there for the block. That should have been a left as she set it over two-handed. Now Baker comes to the net, and it goes in the net. Mural to the back row to serve for the Lady Bearcats. 6-3 Minneapolis. Short. Baker gets to it. Her pass goes out of bounds. Side out. No, .2 Ellsworth. 4 serving 6. Page with the set in the middle. All Baker could do is tip it, and it's in. Now crossing in rotation as the libero hits the front row. In the net. Both teams substituting about the same rotation. 7-5 Minneapolis. Shoemaker's pass now from the back row. Page bumps it over. Set in the middle, and nice dig by Shoemaker in the back. Pass goes in the net, and we could not dig it out. It's a nice serve there by Cravens, the other defensive specialist. Now the hit by Zaveski. In the middle, Cranston with a big hit. Now Shoemaker from the back row, it's in. Nice attack from the back row, and Frazier will come in for Baker to serve and play the back row. Secondary setter and the outside hitter. Excellent serve. Zaveski gets a hand on it, bumps it up to the ceiling. Fulton gets that one. We're out of sorts, so Shoemaker sets it on over. Now here we go with a nice setup here. Back set. Or crossing with a big hit in the middle is stuffed by Cranston. And it's side out to Ellsworth. Shoemaker sets. Steinbach, she tips it over. It's a lift. Gets up on the shoulder of Murrell. Or Landon. And now Connor Fulton. Nice low serve. Allen just didn't have too much mustard on it. It went over and fell in the middle, and Frazier could not get to it as Conley kind of knocked it in. 8 serving 9, Zaveski. Steinbach, it's out, but tipped at the net. And they are giving that to Minneapolis as it evidently was kicked at the net. Now Macy serves over in good shape. Oh, nice save, and Steinbach gets to it as it ricochets out of bounds. It's a nice dig by Macy, but it hits the out-of-bounds pipe. Point Ellsworth. Schultz back in, and Cravens heads to the bench as Landon gets ready to serve for Ellsworth. Nice set by Page. Shoemaker comes to the net, big time. They're in the net. Mental mistake there by Ellsworth, and Minneapolis scores a point. Steinbach goes to the back to serve here. Second time around for Steinbach, and she puts it in as the libero lets it go. 12-9 Minneapolis. Fulton with a nice dig on the baseline. Now Shoemaker has it set for her in the middle. She's there to block. It's out. Out of bounds anyway, as the slam by Shoemaker cannot be handled by the Bearcats. I think that might have been out. Macy took it anyway. It was close. It's hard to tell when it's coming at you that fast whether to take it or not. Side out to Ellsworth. Nice set now on the outside. Baker off the head of Shepik. In playing the front row. Now Page. Cranston with the bump. Now back to Cranston. It's blocked by Fulton at the net and goes out of bounds. Point and side out to Ellsworth. Yarrell comes back in. And they rotate 9. Nice pass by Macy. Back set to Shoemaker, and it's out of bounds. Yarrell. Nice pass by Fulton. Baker with a nice attack from the middle. And the libero does get it over in 3. Page. Baker again. It's down. Baker hits through the block. Point Minneapolis. Savitsky, it's out. Try and get a color man up here to help me with the play-by-play. That's a nice hit by Baker down the baseline, scored a point. 17-12 Minneapolis. Nice serve by Shue. The overpass almost goes in the net. They're able to dig it out. Now in the middle, crossing. Finds the side to her liking as she gets one in, and timeout Ellsworth. Minneapolis leading 18-12. We'll be back after this quick timeout. There we go. Shoemaker to serve. It's over in good shape. A nice dig by the libero. Now Zavesky elevates from the outside. It goes out of bounds. Just out of bounds. Line judge was right on that one. Shoemaker still serving. Minneapolis up 19-12. Oh, the back row having their problems right now for Ellsworth. That one goes out of bounds. Shoemaker at the line. Ooh, that's a catch. I was checking my earphones to make sure our mics are on well, and they are. Shoemaker's serve went out the back as Ellsworth tried to get a hand on it. There's another nice serve. The libero gets to it. Now Cranston bumps it over. Nice set by Page, and the outside attack by Baker, and they're in the net again. I think number 18 was in there. Schultz. It's out. Side out to Ellsworth. And Cravens comes in to serve as Schultz heads to the bench in the rotation. Page with a nice pass. The outside crossing. She's blocked by Cranston. Now Connor Fulton tips it on over. Savitsky is stuffed. We'll try it again. She's blocked again. Now Cranston winds up. We can't get to that one. Tipped in the back by Shoemaker. Pancakes out to get to it. And the point goes to Ellsworth. 22-14. Allie was indecisive whether to take that one or not and got a hand on it. It tipped out of bounds. Point Ellsworth. That was real short. Hit the tape. Coach Mack trying to break the momentum here as Ellsworth. She'll sub on the back just to frequent that. Now Macy's passes on the money. They get it over in 3. That is in. They'll have to explain that to me sometime. Minneapolis with substitutions. 2 at a time, and Ellsworth wants a timeout. Rightfully so. Minneapolis up 23-16. We'll be back with the finish of this first game of the first match here in just a minute. Frazier tries to serve this thing out right here. Kara. Libero takes that one. Now Cranston just bumps it over. Shoemaker there to handle the back row pass. Big stuff by Cranston as Steinbrock comes to the net with a big swing. And it's side out to Ellsworth. 23-17. Nice pass by Page. Set by Shoemaker. Steinbrock swinging well from the outside for Minneapolis. Alley with another big hit, and Cranston's in front of her. We set it back to the corner. Cranston in the middle. Has it stuffed. Didn't get a good swing at it. That was Conley, excuse me. Now Connor Fulton. That's long. 24-17, Ellsworth subbing in here as Zavisky goes to the back row to serve for the Lady Bearcats. Minneapolis just needing one to take this first game of this first match. Tipped by Page. And a nice stuff by Crossan. And they do get it over. Crossan quick to get to that one now. Steinbrock again, that's blocked by Conley and goes out of bounds. Point Minneapolis, and that's the way the first game of this first match will end. Minneapolis winning 25-18. We'll be back with the second game here in just a minute. Here we go, start of the second game. First match. Ball's over in good shape by Ellsworth. Now Shoemaker comes to the net. Big hit and blocked by Schultz. Yeah, that's right. Goes out of bounds, point Minneapolis. Steinbrock. Nice serve. Now the back row attack, and it's down in the corner. Iceland could not get to that one. Well-placed hit by the Ellsworth outside hitter. Now Conley. Nice dig by Steinbrock, and we do get it over. Oh, little miss hit there by Cranston, which is kind of odd. Falls to the floor. 2-1 Minneapolis. Nice block by Fulton. Stuff kill. Down on their side, point Minneapolis. Page still serving. The big hit by Cranston is handled on the back row by Macy, and that's tipped out the back row. On a back row attack by Steinbrock. Nice attack from the back row. Alley, well-placed hit. Cranston with the tip. Now in the middle, Shoemaker with nobody in front of her pounds it down. And the libero pass goes directly out of bounds. Point Minneapolis, and a timeout by the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats. We'll be back right after this quick 1-minute timeout. There we go, Page to serve. Zavisky, the back row pass goes almost out of bounds. They're able to get to it. It's not going over in 3. Almost long. Zavisky takes it. The libero is slow getting there. Terrible pass by Zavisky. Kelsey Page. A little better pass that time by Zaveski, but it's an overpass and goes in the net. They picked a good spot. Now the libero takes that pass. And the set. The outside attack by Baker goes off the back row and out of bounds. And Minneapolis cruising right along here, 9-1, Minneapolis. Now Cranston with a big hit, and we bump it right on over. Page, outside attack by Cranston. Now, here's the setup. That set went over, and Schultz was right there to knock it down. A little bit of a mental error there gives Ellsworth a chance from the side out as Merle serves. Now the outside attack by Fulton goes in the net. Point Ellsworth. Merle. Macy with a nice pass. Back set Page. Shoemaker comes to the net, and they're able to handle the attack. And they dump it in the middle. Steinbrock just barely gets a hand on it. Back set Shoemaker. Nice hit there, but it's handled on the back row by Landon. Now Baker hammers on right through the, and Shoemaker's right there to put it down. Good call. It rolled up the arm, and the ref was right there. Point and side out to Minneapolis. Shoemaker elevated and hammered that right down. They were able to pancake out and get a hand on it, but now Zaveski. She can elevate. Craven's in for Schultz, and it's side out to Ellsworth. Net. Frazier in for Baker. She'll serve. Probably has the hardest, lowest serve of anyone we have. And it just clears the net. Zaveski elevates. Shoemaker had a hand on it, and Frazier had it at the same time, and it ricochets off each other. Point. Ellsworth. Now Weinhold, it goes way out the back. The libero serves. Now Fulton for Minneapolis. Connor with a pretty consistent serve there. Back set to Conley. Zaveski able to get to that. Now elevates off the net and down. As Zaveski with the attack. And she will go serve as point is Ellsworth's way. She gets one down in the middle. Frazier just able to get to it. Now the set. Steinbrock with a nice outside attack puts it down for Minneapolis. Short serve there goes in the net. Point Ellsworth as Schultz comes back in for Cravens. And Landon goes to the back row to serve. Nice pass by Fulton. Now it's set. Schultz is over the net. in the net. Shoemaker tight-roped the line and stayed out of it. And that's a turnover, I would say. A little mental error there by Ellsworth. Point Minneapolis. 25-18, the first game of this first match. Now Minneapolis out to a 14-9 lead. Baker didn't go over. Riley Baker with a big swing. It goes in the net, and the ref says it did not go over and it was not touched. Conley now serving for Ellsworth. Now in the middle, Shoemaker. Gets it down. Zavisky could just get a hand on it. Point Minneapolis. Kelsey Page back to the service line. Now the bump to the front. Outside attack by Cranston. She gets set just right from the net, and she is a load. The 5'11 senior. Conley and her are both 5'11. Yarrow. Backspin on that serve. It's good to have a little topspin. It's odd to see a backspin. Zavisky. Fulton recovers to get that one over on the nice dig on the back row by Macy, and she can't get to that one. Looks like Macy might have lost a little skin on that one hand, and they've got it taped up. Page tips that on over as the pass comes close to the net. Now Shoemaker, it's down. When she can elevate like that at the net, it's a point. Now Shea goes to the back line to serve. 16-12, Minneapolis. Nice serve by Shea. Back set. Silvesky is able to find a good spot there on the back row. 16-13. Back row attack, Shoemaker. Overpass in the net, they get it right back. Nice save by Baker. Now Crossan with a big swing. Landon tips it on over and falls in for a point. Now Crossan, that's going to drop. Nice attack from the outside. J.C. Crossan. Now Frazier coming in for Baker. Will serve on the back row. 17-14 Minneapolis. Now the set, Zavisky. Nice dig by Minneapolis. We bump it on over. Steinbach was deep enough. Cranston could not dig it out on the back row, or Merrill, and out the back for a point, Minneapolis. Frazier, low liner. Zavisky just turns her head the other way when that one comes over. Nice hit by Allie Steinbach. It's tipped at the net. It's 4. Cranston got a hand on it at the net. It went to the back row, and they could not recover. Oh, tape shot. It crawls over, and all of a sudden, Kara Frazier puts 3 on the board, and Ellsworth down 20-14, and a timeout by Amy Johnson. The Ellsworth coach will be back after this quick timeout. Getting late here into the second game of the first match. Frazier with a heck of a serve there. Zavisky cannot handle that low liner. That serve deadly. Kara Frazier That's the way you want it. Top spin. Crawls right up the arm and under the chin. Tipped by Page. And somebody on the front line backed into the net. Mental error there. And it's going to be a side out and point to Ellsworth. Now the libero. Outside attack by Steinbrock. Out. Good hit by Alley. It went out by much. Weinhold serving. Kara. That's out. Nice setup there by Fulton. And line judge had a tip. And points all of a sudden are not right. 22-17 Minneapolis. And that one goes out of bounds on a big hit up front by Conley. Shepik back in. Play the middle. Zavisky going to serve here. Steinbrock with a big hit. It hits the cable and drops on their side. Point Minneapolis. Macy in for Crossan. She'll serve here 23-17 Minneapolis. That one's going out of bounds. They aren't going to get it over. Nice try over there by Shepik. Here's match point. Macy over in good shape. The set. What a stuff by Page and Shoemaker, but they drive it through, and Shepik with the big hit. Pounds one through. Point. And side out to Ellsworth. 24-18. Match point for Minneapolis, anyway. Ellsworth doing a good job. That goes out the back row as Steinbrock has a big swing. A little bit strong. Landon at the service line. 24-19. Nice dig by Kara. And the set goes to back row, and Fulton with the swing goes in the net, and all of a sudden it's a 4-point ball game as Ellsworth has clawed their way back into this thing. Minneapolis still leading 24-20, and we'll take a quick timeout as Coach Mack wants to talk about it. We will too. Here we go. Minneapolis trying to break the service here. Ellsworth would like to extend this a little bit longer, and we're leading by 4 here. Shoemaker with the tip, it's in. So much for that, and that's the end of that. Minneapolis wins it in 2, 25-18 and 25-20. We'll be back with maybe some JV action here in just a minute, and for sure we'll catch the varsity second match here in just a minute. Just getting ready to get started here with some JV volleyball, Minneapolis JV. I don't have all the numbers of the girls here and names, but I'll try. Anyway, Minneapolis in blue, Ellsworth in red. Smith with the set, Mortimer with a big hit, and it goes out the back, point Minneapolis. McHenry serving for Minneapolis, the libero. Now the middle set out the back. It's Was up Ellsworth service. Come on. Step. Craven. Serve. Now hit that. Two. Oh, he's scoring. Trailing. Minneapolis down. Big by Gassie's back row. Hit by Duke. With the service. will take back. Ellsworth still serving here, leading 11-7. And that serve finds the floor as like Shepik at the service line. Nice pass by Allison. Outside attack by Mortimer. Is tipped over. Minneapolis a little out of sorts there. Need a good pass. 13-7, Ellsworth. In the net, side out to Minneapolis. Smith to serve. Alyssa Smith. Nice serve. And they're not getting it over. 9 serving 13. Nice attack from the outside. Smith comes to rescue that one. Cassie with a nice dig on the back row. Now Dugan finds an open spot in the back. Ellsworth able to dig it up. Now we're playing a little better. Good team ball. Smith, back set. Mortimer, it's good. Right on the back line, it's good. (10-13). Ellsworth with a nice dig on the back row. They get it over. Allison sets Mortimer, goes in the net. Nice dig on the back row by Zimmerman, and Cassie Smith with the hammer from the back row. Nice attack, Cassie Smith from behind the line. Scored a point. Jaden McHenry now serving. Mortimer bumps it over, finds an open spot. They're able to get to it. Now the overpass, 4. She's in the net. Nikki Whitmer. A little bit too much in the net. Nice hustle by Ellsworth to get that over. Now Smith bumps it over for Minneapolis. Later Lions, that's the catch. And we're all tied up at 14. Minneapolis Lady Lions JV team there trying to claw their way back into this thing. Out. Cravens comes to the net with a big attack, but it goes wide, out of bounds. Yeah, we'll see how far this tape takes us. There's a nice set to the back by Alyssa Smith. And a nice block by Mortimer, and she's there to hammer it down, but so is Cravens. Falls on our side, point Ellsworth. Kinsey Mortimer at the free throw line. There's a pass from the back row, goes down to the floor, and Minneapolis finds themselves up by 2. Nice serve by McKenzie. That's out. As Habiger has the big swing, it goes wide and out of bounds. Timeout. Ellsworth, Minneapolis leading here in the JV. First game of this second match. I don't know how they came out in the first match. 18-15. We'll be back. Mortimer is still serving for Minneapolis. Ellsworth on the move here. Puts one down, it's in. Side out and point 2, Ellsworth. 16 serving 18. Cravens. Outside attack by Zimmerman. It's tipped by Conley. Out of bounds it goes. Now Allison with the serve. Set and the attack off the net, and the dig in the back row by Jaden McHenry, and a lift is called by Smith as he tries to dig that one out of the net. Ellsworth trailing here 17-19. Out. Barely out. Nice dig by Jaden. And a good attack by Zim. Clear the back row, a deep hit, but we can't get to that one as Mortimer pancakes out. Cannot get a hand on it. 19-19. Minneapolis playing well here. Nice save all the way around, and Zimmerman gets it over. Nice hustle by Minneapolis. Now Mortimer. Smith. Oh, it's right on the line. Right on the line. It's a point inside out to Minneapolis. That's out. Point Lady Lions. Good time to have Cassie serving. In the net it goes. Timeout Ellsworth as Cassie Smith hammers down an ace. 22-19. We'll be back after this quick timeout. Well, we had a little alignment error there. Minneapolis picks up an easy point. 23-19. Smith still at the service line for Lady Lions, and Ellsworth bumps it over in 3. Now the outside attack by Dugan. And Zimmerman's net tried to stuff that one back on him. It goes out of bounds. Mortimer on the dig there. It slips as she gets to the ball. Back set. Now Zimmerman hits it on over. Tipped. It was going out the back row as Shepik has a big hit. And a timeout called by Coach Frazier, and we'll take 1-2. Here we go, 23-22. Mortimer with a nice pass. Now the outside attack by Dugan, and it's tipped by Conley. Side out to Minneapolis, and Zim with a chance here from game point. 24-22. Nice serve over in good shape. Now the attack by Ellsworth sending that. And that's the way the first game ends. Minneapolis wins it 25-22. We'll be back with more JV action here in just a minute. Well, I shut it off here for a little while. Looks like Ellsworth is going to even this match up. Leading here 22-16 in this first game, or the second game of this second match of the day for Minneapolis JV and Ellsworth JV. And I don't know who won the first one. Minneapolis now serving. Cassie Smith to the service line. I'll try and catch the end of this game. I think unless Minneapolis puts a rally on here, and they have so far. Smith still serving. 22-18. Ellsworth evened up the match, one game apiece here in the second match of the JV game. I'll catch a little more of the final points here in the second match here, as it's all knotted up at one apiece, and this game will be to 15 points. So we'll catch pretty much the end of it and see who the team is victorious here. There we go. This is Ellsworth leading their third game of this second match. Nice serve by the Ellsworth Lady Bearcat, number 17, Habiger. It's 11-7 Ellsworth. Minneapolis trailing here by 4 in the third game of this deciding game of this match. Dugan sets it on over. Now Ellsworth on the attack, finds the open corner. Point Ellsworth. (12-7). Lady Bearcats still serving. Habiger. Oh, nice dig by Cassie Smith and Alyssa Smith. Sets it on over. Now the attack in the middle. Zimmerman is stuffed. And Dugan cannot get to it. 13-7. Just going to 15, and Coach Frazier calls a timeout as Ellsworth all of a sudden is a 6-point lead. And 13-7 Ellsworth serving. A nice serve and a good dig by Mortimer on the back row. And a nice dig by Smith, but it's going out of bounds. Point Ellsworth, and I think we're at match point here at 14-7. JV plays to 15 on the third game. The varsity goes to 25. Habiger, net, and a nice dig by Victoria Allison. Ellsworth, it's out the back. They're asking for a tip. I couldn't tell. We did stick a hand out. I don't know if we touched it or not. It was a laser. Headed out of bounds, and it's going to be side out and point to Minneapolis. Zimmerman.
Break it! Good job!
They chase it down, and Conley hits it over. That was a miss hit by Smith. Now in the middle, Dugan. Down point Ellsworth, and that's the match. 15-8 JV. Ellsworth takes his second match of the evening, and we'll be back with the second varsity match of the evening here in about 10 minutes, as the teams will warm up quickly, and we'll be ready for the second match of the night. Nasty. We got a little back feeding going in the PA system here at the gym, and we'll wait till it clears up. We'll have introductions. for the second match of the evening here. I think we're ready to go, though. Dwayne Weedle with the call. Got it turned down now. But there we go. Now we're back to normal. Big Blue won the first one. Straight set, 25-18 and 25-20.
At this time, would everyone please stand and remove your hats as we hear our national anthem sung by Ariel Hoppy.
And we're going to get a quick national anthem here by Ariel Hoppy.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ariel Hoppy. Now the lineup will be Shoemaker, Crossan, Frazier, Fulton, Page, and Steinbrock for Minneapolis. Steinbrock, Fulton, Shoemaker, Frazier, Page, and Crossan. For Big Blue, we'll get ready to start here. We'll have the second match of the evening here in just a minute. Here we go, just getting ready to start it off here. Iceland Macy for Minneapolis. With a good serve over in good shape, the libero takes it on the back row. Now the front, the attack by Shepik is in the net. 1-0 Minneapolis. Ashland Macy. Back row, the libero takes another one now. The attack from there, it's out. Macy watches that one sail long and out the back line. Point Minneapolis. A little bit of a miss hit there on the serve. Net. And side out to Ellsworth. Nice dig by Fulton. Now Shoemaker comes to the net. What a dig and a save by Shoemaker as Macy hits the floor to get that one. Nice. What a save by, and that's 4. Good hustle by Big Blue. And good net play by the Lady Lions as Landon serves it up for Ellsworth. Nice pass by Fulton. Back set to Steinbrock. And the big swing. Has the winner by Shepik. Landon still serving. Short serve, and Fulton has come to the 10-foot line to get to that one. It's in the net, and point to Ellsworth. Tipped by Page, right in a good spot. Kelsey Page finds an opening on the sideline, and it's in. Point Minneapolis. Riley Baker in. Allie Steinbrock with the serve. Zaveski with the dig. And they do have a Steineke, but that's Conley with the winner down the line for Ellsworth. Ellsworth ahead, 5-3. No question about that one. Chase Shoemaker comes to the net with authority, elevates and hammers it down with a big swing. Tied out and point to Minneapolis as that one headed to the locker room. Kelsey Page at the service line. Zaviski's pass is on the money. And Schultz didn't have a good hit the whole first match. Comes to the net with a big hit there. And it's a winner. Merle with a good serve. Now Baker with a good attack. Tipped in the back court to the front, and the front line could not find it. Point Ellsworth. Still Merrill serving. Shoemaker bumps it over. Might be zoomed in a little bit too much here. I'm going to have to... We're in the net. Ellsworth with an 8-4 lead and a quick timeout by Coach Mack. And we'll take one too, as Minneapolis trailing here in the second match, 8-4. Merle. Now Baker in the middle. Nice dig on the back row. Zaveski elevates. She can jump. She gets up in the air. She can pound it down. Point Ellsworth. Shoemaker. Chase Shoemaker comes to the net with a big swing, and it's down for point Minneapolis. Side out to Minneapolis, and she will go to the back row and serve here. Trailing 5-9. Lift on our side. Nice stuff, though, by Fulton. But it was pounded through. Net. Cravens comes in. Frazier in to serve for Minneapolis. Frazier. A laser right out the back. Cravens puts up an arm to hit that one, but that one went right out the back. Kara Frazier. Another one. She has topspin on that serve, and I'm here to tell you, it'll crawl right up your arm. Steinbrock pounds one through, and Cranston comes to get that one. Shoemaker sets it over. She's in the front of the 10-foot line. Zaviski. Now Shoemaker bumps it over. Tape shot by Cranston. On the front row. She hits it in the net. Frazier still serving 8-10. Ellsworth leading. Heck of a serve. Sarah Frazier with the ace. (9-10). 9-11 side out to Ellsworth. Serving, their libero will be serving. Frazier gets under that one as Page gets the dig. Now the outside by Zaveski is pounded through the block. Elena Zaveski. She can elevate. Your primary setters on the back row, girls. Somebody's got to go. That's out. Better call it. Yeah, Coach Max saying, think, girls, think. Fulton. Now the rotation set. Zaveski, it's off the top of the net and blocked by Minneapolis. Tipped out of bounds, and it'll be a point. Ellsworth. 15-9 Ellsworth. Still serving the libero. Nice serve. Now Fulton comes to get that set. Steinbrock pounds one down. They serve it off the ceiling, but able to get under it. Crossing. Now Fulton, or Page, back to the front for that set, and it is timely as Shoemaker pounds one down. Point Minneapolis. Now Connor Fulton. Conley. Steinbrock just long. She's looking for the corner, and Allie with a nice swing. Just hits it long. Now Zaveski to the back row. Elena Zaveski. Steinbrock off the shoulder of Zaveski. It would have been in. She had to take it. As Allie Steinbrock with the big swing from the outside. And it's a winner. Conley is stopped by Shoemaker. Goes back on their side. The ball's still alive. Now the set to the other side. And Allie Steinbrock waiting. Perfect set. And Steinbrock hammers it down for a point. Ooh, Zaveski goes to get that one. They recover nicely. Page with the set. Steinbrock again, just inside the line. Allie Steinbrock has got that dialed in with the last two winners. The overpass, Shoemaker was there waiting for the stop. It was not coming over when they met. Point Minneapolis, and a timeout by Ellsworth coach. And we'll take one too. Minneapolis trailing by 2, 14-16. Macy serving for Minneapolis. Ellsworth trying to break this service run of Minneapolis. It's a short one in the middle. They get to it. Conley and a nice dig on the back row. That time Steinbrock's kill attempt goes a little bit long and out the back row. Landon serving for Ellsworth. Back set. to Steinbrock, and she hits it right through the block. For the point. Now Allie Steinbrock to the back row to serve. That's a lift. Schultz had that hit up just a little bit too high on the arms, and the lift is called. Nice dig by Schultz that time. Out. Can't move the camera fast enough anyway. That went out the back row. We're all tied up at 17 apiece. Minneapolis playing hard here. Baker. Savitsky gets to it on the back row, and that pass goes in the net. Landon pass to Conley in the net. Point Minneapolis, and Minneapolis with a 1-point lead here. Not a good pass by Zavitsky, as the serve by Steinbrock had her retreating. Nice short serve, and that one is almost, it does go out of bounds. Hits the antenna, and that is out of bounds. Out. Conley serving for Ellsworth. Baker with a big hit. That's out. Chepik with a swing as Minneapolis had the defense drawn in. It goes out the back. Zavitsky's dig goes out of bounds. And Ellsworth wants a timeout as Minneapolis finds themselves up by 4, 22-18. We'll be back after this quick timeout. Here we go, Page with the serve from Minneapolis. Oh, that's going out the back. Savitsky gets to it, and they bump it over. Steinbrock comes to get it. Now, set in the middle. Shoemaker pounds one down. Zavitsky is there for the dig. Oh, what a block. Shoemaker with the stuff. Kill right there. Right time at the right place. Oh, what a save by Conley. Shoemaker gets another big swing, and Zavitsky is there. Page gets to that one and pancakes out. That one's down on Ellsworth's side. Amy Johnson says, dig, girls, dig. Minneapolis up 24-18. Behind early. Nice dig by Macy on the back row. Shoemaker with the tip. Another dig by Macy. Baker comes to the net with authority. Shoemaker with the stop. And that's the way it ends. Minneapolis 25, Ellsworth 18, and Ellsworth up early, but Minneapolis comes back to win it. First game of this second match. We'll be back with the second game here in just a minute. Now the pass went awry there, and Minneapolis could not get to it. Shoemaker lands up in the lap of Coach Mack. Landon serving for Ellsworth. Page with the set. Shoemaker pounds one right through as Schultz backs up on that as Shoemaker powers one through. Baker just a little gimpy on that one knee, it looks like, but I think she's okay. Coach Mack was looking at it. Shoemaker with the tip. Nice play on the back row by our libero. 20. In the net. Connolly. Steinbrock now serving for Minneapolis. That one goes out the back. Zavisky runs a quarter of a mile to get that one. Shoemaker powers one through. They're there. Wow. Shoemaker says no. What a stuff. Schultz from the outside. Page is there. And the ball goes over Shoemaker's outstretched hands. Coach Mack isn't quite sure of that call, and neither am I, but it's Ellsworth's way. Steinbrock goes to get that one. Page bumps it over, and now Ellsworth on the move. They do not get it over. Tape shot. Minneapolis did not touch it. And it's a 4-hit event. Page. And that's tipped on over. Minneapolis gets a hand on it. Drops on our side. Point, Ellsworth. Merle. Set. Baker with a big hit. Libero was right there that time. Zavisky out the back row. No good. Tip. We got a hand on it. Zavisky's kill attempt went long, but Minneapolis had a hand on it. Point Ellsworth. 4-4. That's a good call. It was lift. On the back row, Mural. Baker with a nice swing. It's tipped at the net. Ellsworth recovers. Nice dig by Ashley Macy. And the ball comes back to Steinbrock, quick enough to set it right on over. Fulton sticks out an arm to keep that one alive. Fulton up in the air high enough. It's 2 hit by Schultz. And Connor Fulton showing quickness at the net. The net play also important. And Fulton with a nice tip there. Now Shoemaker. Shoemaker sets it clear to the back corner. Now Fulton, secondary setter. Crossing's attempt goes long. 6-5 Ellsworth. Lady Burkhead's hanging tough here. That's out. Kara Frazier in for Minneapolis, serving. Ooh, just long. Usually right on the money. Kira has one sail long on her. That's out. 7-7. Now Connor Fulton. Here's the attack by Ellsworth. It's in. Zavisky serving. Fulton with a nice dig on the back line. Now Steinbrock powers one through the block for a point. Now Ashley Macy. The overpass, and Shoemaker hammers it down. The mistake by Ellsworth. Ashlyn Macy. Nice serve to the back row. Cravens is there. Now the set by Page. Shoemaker set close enough to the net. She just elevates and pounds it down. 10-8 Minneapolis. Ashlyn Macy still at the service line for Minneapolis. Outside attack. I didn't think that went over, and we didn't touch it, but here's Shoemaker again. Just misses outside. Landon. Fulton with a nice dig. Now Steinbach with the kill. In the middle, they could not get to it. It's tipped at the net. And that's a point Minneapolis as Baker comes in for Frazier. That's set on over, and Zavisky gets a hand on that. That's in. Nice volley there by the Lady Bearcats. Shoemaker with the big swing puts Minneapolis up by 2. Now Page. And the libero just bumps it over. Page now with the bump. Fulton, secondary setter, with the perfect set for Shoemaker in the middle. Point Minneapolis, and it's 13-10. Minneapolis up by 3, and we'll take a quick timeout as Ellsworth coach wants to talk about it. We'll be back. There we go. Page with the serve. Zavisky with the dig, and Minneapolis playing good defense on the back row. Now Shoemaker hits one almost out of bounds. Zavisky has to take it, and it goes out of bounds. Point Minneapolis. Page with another nice serve. And the tip in the middle, she's there to dig. And we tip it. Fulton is there. And the set. Shoemaker tips. Cranston's right in front of her. Nice tip. Shoemaker and Fulton both there for the stop. (15-10), Page, Kelsey Page, still serving. Fulton with the set. Baker with a big hit. Now in the middle, Shoemaker. Nice dig by the libero. Now the back set. Connolly with the hit. Baker and Zavisky could only get a hand on that one as it went on by. Point, Minneapolis. Still, Page at the service line. Minneapolis leading 16-10 here. Second game of their second match. Minneapolis wanting to take this in 2 and run their record to 15-3. Shoemaker on the block. It came over on the stuff by Ellsworth. The attack by Baker was strong enough. The ball just popped straight back up, and Shoemaker plays it for a winner. That's out the back row. 17-11. Ellsworth serving here. Merrill hits a low liner into the seats. Nice serve. Merrill, 5'7" senior. There's 3 seniors on this squad. Schultz, Cranston, and Merrill. Now crossing in for the libero, and Macy takes a seat as Shoemaker goes to the service line. Back set, Cranston. Cranston had a winner on the back line going. Shoemaker could only stick out her hand and just barely got a hand on it. Point, Ellsworth, side out to Lady Bearcats. That's out. 19-13. Service error there by the young sophomore, Cravens. No, freshman, excuse me. They do have some young kids on this team. And they're starting the freshman. Frazier. Nice serve, low liner. Now with the bump. Page sets it on over. She was on the move, could not get it set. Now in the middle, crossing. Good. Casey Crossan with the winner, and Ellsworth coach Amy Johnson wants a timeout, and we'll take one too. Minneapolis leading 20-13. There we go, Kara Frazier. They're able to dig it. Cravens, the freshman on the back row, did a nice job there. Now Steinbrock with a big hit. It's fisted on over by Cranston. Crossing in the middle, hits one to the libero, who digs it. Now Zavisky out the back row. It's out. 21-13. Kara Frazier's serve goes in the net, and Ellsworth still has life. Steinbrock. Somehow, Frazier got to that one, then Shoemaker bumps it over, but it goes out of bounds. Point Ellsworth, still in this game, 21-15. The libero doing her thing here. That set went over, and so did their overpass, as Crossan was right there for the stuff. Mental mistake there as the pass went over the net, and Crossan was right there for the stuff. Now Connor Fulton to try and close this thing out. Conley right in the middle. Now Zavisky to the service line, trailing by 5. 17 serving 22. Stuffed at the net by Conley, but Fulton powers it on through. For a point. Iceland Macy comes in to serve. Nice dig by the libero. And Steinbrock pancakes out for that save as Fulton comes to get it. That's out. We're at match point, and Minneapolis won the first one 25-18 and is looking to put the Lady Bearcats away here. It's about the same score. What a save. Steinbrock hits it over. Page and Shoemaker combined for a big save. Shoemaker gets over the net a little bit too far, and the infraction is called. Tied out, and point 2 Ellsworth. Coach Mack is demonstrating the art of staying out of that net, yet getting the hands where they need to be. Boom. Shoemaker quick to the net that time. Steinbrock pounds one right through, and that's the way it ends. Minneapolis wins it in 2. 25-18. Minneapolis takes 2 here from Ellsworth. 25-18, 25-20, 25-18, and 25-18. So Minneapolis takes 4 here. Both matches on the evening. JV got skinned there. Pretty close game, but we'll be back with football later on this week at Beloit, I believe. And Minneapolis will be back in this gym again against Russell on Tuesday. For volleyball, we'll have the full deal here then. Dale will be here with the big camera, and we'll do internet action for the locals. So it is. Minneapolis takes both tonight from Ellsworth here Tuesday night in the Minneapolis gym. So for the Linebackers, I hope you enjoy this telecast.